Welcome back, everyone, to VCT Pacific Stage. For today's round, we have Lead, Legia, and Darren on set. Let's begin by hearing from both on your thoughts on the game. How does it feel to get your first win at VCT Pacific?
I feel very happy that we got our first win. Of course, there are a lot of things that we still need to work on. Just a bit bitter that we couldn't close it out 2-0. Like Scary was having an insane game on Lotus and we should have closed that map out. Yeah. But other than that, we played really good today and I'm proud of the team.
For myself, obviously, I'm happy, and I hope this was like the win that we needed to actually show our actual potential that we also show in practices. For Lotus, I'm very upset that we lost Lotus because attack is usually, in practice at least, our stronger side. And after the lead 9-5, I think it was after the pistol round and second round, I thought it would be a 100% win, but yeah, unfortunately it wasn't. And I think we just need to have to go through Lotus again and see what we can change there. For Split and Ascent, I think Split was good for us because they had no real info for us, and we played like. Also coming into this game, we said we would just play our own box. Like we will not like try to anti-strat them too much or whatever. We just watch their Ascent because it's like a unconventional comp that they play. So it was important for us to see how can they play, what can they play really with this comp. But for Split, we just played our own game, and yeah, I felt really comfortable, especially because we started on the T side, which was very good for us also. So yeah, I'm happy. I think it should have been a 2-0, but yeah, I think it's just a small happiness. We still have to go back to the drawing board and improve as a team.
Sure. This question is from Spin Esports for Legia. How important is this win for the team? How does this win impact the way the team plays against PRX next week?
I mean, obviously, it's very good for us. And as I said, I think this win was much needed for us, for ourselves to actually show our real potential. We had a lot of pressure on our shoulders, especially players like Ye, who have like a very huge following. And I think it's very hard for him, like keep constantly losing. So I think a win will also change his mentality a little bit and show his actual strength, because in practice he plays really, really well. And to also, I will just answer the question from all the people outside when they ask me about this. Why is he not playing Chamber? Why is he not playing Jet? First of all, he himself wants to play race, and we all are confident in his race because we can see it in practice. But I think for him, it's just a huge blockade that he had for official games because all of the pressure that he gets. And some people don't know how it is if you have a huge following like he does, with, I don't know, like 400,000 people follower almost. It's a lot. And if you get like a lot of bad negative comments after the games, I think it's hard to actually perform. But yeah, and going forward, I think for us also, it's maybe even better that we play teams like PaperX or DRX now. Obviously, they're the better teams like on paper than all the other teams that we have faced so far. But with the mindset that we will go in, it's going to be maybe more beneficial for us because we are the underdogs. And in all the other games before that, we were the team that has to win pretty much. So just take it step by step and see what the outcome will be.
For Darren, this is from Spin Esports. How does it feel playing Jet again? And will we be able to see it against something with Jet next week?
That depends on the map pool, I guess. Like for the Vito, if they pick or we pick a map that I'm playing Jet, then yeah, of course we'll get to see a Jet versus something. And how I feel as Jet, very fun, very comfortable. I get to set the pace in my team. I get to tell them like, oh, like it's time to go now, guys. And I just make the call and they will just support me and I get to go in. So yeah, I think it was fun.
For Coach, you had a lead of 9-5 on Lotus, but ended up with losing 8 rounds in a row. Tell us what happened with your attack as you faced a similar situation against Data last week. What do you feel the team is currently lacking, and how do you intend to rectify those loopholes?
I mean, it's really just small mistakes. Like, for example, for Lotus, I think the approach of the map overall, I think, was good. We noticed that they're not really contesting A against us, and they play quite passive. But the moment we took A control, we played it too fast. First of all, they knew that we are taking control. It was not like we are just contacting and could just explode on them. So the moment we took A control, I think we should have frozen more, like just wait a little bit, make them doubt, make them reaggress to gain information, or just take A control and fall back more. So I think it was just small details that we messed up. I think also one very important round is where Ye made a call and the team didn't really follow up because either it was too much communication or I don't know what. And yeah, it's just small mistakes. And like I would be stupid if I would really think our Lotus is bad, because in practice it's our best map. When we played it in official, we always lost, obviously, but still, like also for the whole team, I think we really feel confident on that map. But it's always like small things that make us actually lose really high. So maybe we have a small, maybe we have a gap in our game. So we will just have to rewatch it and see what we can improve. But it's very sad, I think, that we lost Lotus, to be fair.
One more question for Coach. Another comfortable lead, but a different result this time on split. Were you concerned when DFM pulled back 5 games at 11-7?
Not really. Obviously, it was not great. I think we could have also closed the few rounds out before. But I think we also, after winning the half, I think 10-2 it was, we were a bit overconfident and we didn't really try to stay really focused on closing out the rounds. Instead, like we kind of took our mentality from the T side that we had, which was like very loose, very aggressive. We took it over in the CT side, and I think that was a little problem. But I was really confident because I also thought that individually today we were much better than DFM. So I was not in doubt that we will win that map.
This question is for Darren. Is there anything you think your team can further improve from today's game?
Closing out the games, maybe. When we have a lead, we tend to lose the lead. Even on split, like we lost quite a few rounds after having a big lead. So I think, yeah, we need to learn to be more composed and close out games.
Back to Coach. Are you surprised with such a dominating lead on both split and ascent in the first half?
Not really. I think on split, I think T side is our very, very strong side, and it pretty much also looks like always that in practice. So I was very confident and winning pistol and the first gun round. I thought, okay, this is actually looking good, and I think also we felt the groove. Like the mood was still very good, even though we lost the first map. The mood was very good, and yeah, after winning pistol round and the first gun round, I was very confident. And speaking about Ascent, we watched their game the day before, and it's the only map that we actually watched from them, because as I said, it's the very unconventional comp that they played, and I think doesn't matter how good they would have played. I think their comp was just very bad, and it's very easy counterable because they don't have a Sova, and it's very, very free. If you have an operator just holding the angles against them, it's very hard for them to take space. They just always have to contact and contact and contact, and we had a set game plan, just don't over-rotate it against them, and operator just locked down A against the race, contacting, and I think we did a good job. We stayed like the whole round, like I don't think we ever rotated or made a mistake by rotating or anything, even though like they faked us. I think in one round they faked us on B at like 30 seconds and we still stayed on A because Darren, I think, had the read. So yeah, I think Ascent we won just by game plan.
For Darren, with DRX being the first team to make it to the playoffs, which other 5 teams would you predict will join them?
DRX, PaperX, Genji, RRQ. Maybe us if we if we win our next 2 game. And the last team, I'll probably have to give it to, I think Team Secret, maybe. Yeah.
That's all for pre-submitted questions. Now we'll open up the floor for live questions.
All right, thank you. We'll have the first question from Anap from thespike.gg. Hey guys, congrats on the win finally after so long. My question
Okay.
is open for both of them. Next match is against PRX and then DRX, top contenders of the league. Do you think this win is will be one of the motivating factors in the upcoming games, which, as we discussed earlier, that you guys wanted a win to gain some type of confidence. Is this the win you guys are satisfied with, and do you think you can find that confidence back?
Yeah, I would say that I'm satisfied with this win. And of course, this win is very important for us, like as a confidence builder, as a stepping stone. The first step our team like can take together was this win. So I'm very grateful and very happy. Also very proud of the team. And hopefully for the upcoming games, we'll play with more confidence and show that like we can play in our practice as well. Because honestly, we are doing really well in practice. So I would love to show like everyone what we can do.
But yeah, go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, and for myself, it's just a huge relief to finally win a game, and I think that will be for everybody. Like, it's actually enormous. Even you have a player like Ye who has a huge following. It's not only him who has like his own following. Obviously, they will also blame the players, the coaching staff, the management, whatever. And you notice it. And as much like I've been doing this for a long time, I don't care as much about it, and I don't go like on websites and try to read like any comments. But I know my players do, and I know that it will affect somebody. And every time you have to go with the mindset you have to win today, or else you will get bashed again from the whole community. And it makes a huge difference, like when you play on stage, especially like when you play in practice one thing and you have a completely different mindset going into the game, and your whole mindset is changing, and you're afraid to make mistakes, you're afraid to make a move, you're afraid to take a risk, then of course mistakes are going to happen. It's just going to get harder. So I think it was a huge relief for us. And also I think it's good for us to play PaperX and DRX, just because we are the underdog. We have not much to lose, let's say. Obviously we still fight for the playoff spot, but
Yeah, my second question would be, Clove will be allowed in the upcoming week. Do you think they have a competitive place in right now in the league? And do you expect any teams picking them up?
I think from all the practices that we had so far, only one team had played us on with Clove. And I don't think that she felt like really strong. I don't think her utility is really good, except for the smoke. That when Clove is dead, can always smoke like all the angles. I think that's okay, but for all the other spells, I don't think they are good enough, and I don't think that too many teams will play it, except for like PaperX will most likely play it, I guess.
Thank you, guys. That's it for me, and all the best for the remaining of these matches of the season.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
All right. I guess that's all the questions we have for this Scrum interview. Thank you, guys. We'll be
Thank you.
back with our next Scrum.
Thank you.